Alright, welcome back everyone to Let's Play... Whoa, what am I think I'm doing? Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Zak McKracken and the Alien Mindbenders. I'm the Mysterious JG. You may notice that things are not exactly where they were before. Zak is attempting to spoon with Annie from an unmanageable distance. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar could probably spoon from there. But anyway, no, basically, off camera, I started messing around with the Sphinx maze and realized, oh wait, I remember how to get through this. But just to double check, didn't want to spend a lot of maze wandering time on camera. Actually got to the end of the maze and realized, oh, this puzzle actually is going to require Annie. So, did another trip to the alien ship, won the lotto for Zak again off screen one more time, and also got Annie a bunch more money by selling a bunch of crap. And it's interesting how that worked. Hold on, I thought I had selected you, but I guess not. I found out that you can actually sell not just stuff that you bought from him previously, but some of the other stuff you own. Like I sold him they sold the pawn shop guy the blue crystal, for example. And I wouldn't think Annie would go along with that, but she does. Annie Lear's balance is $5,711. The thing is that you can Zak will buy a lotto ticket and use the lotto dictator thingy on the alien spaceship to figure out the winning lottery numbers. Annie won't do that. If you try to make her buy a lottery ticket, she says she doesn't gamble. If you make Zak buy a lottery ticket and give it to her, she says, no thanks, I don't gamble. She doesn't seem to object to cheating. She just objects to being given piles of money. So it's frustrating. And I believe... We'll just check this real quick. Let's save our game before I mess anything up here. I don't think you can make her use Zak's cash card either. There's no way I'm aware of to just use one cash card to put funds on another. But if you give cash card to Annie, gentle Annie, that's useless. It only works for me. Yeah, they won't do it. They won't play that game. So let's do something I never bothered to show you before, which is use the kazoo to wake up the bus driver. Sending Curly into a murderous rage. Oh, it's you again! And causing energy waves to fly out of Larry Fine's head, which you may or may not remember from Bobo the Vulture's wallpaper. Is he using that wallpaper anymore? I don't remember. I forget. Anyway, all right. So let's make them both head for the airport. Yeah. Shut up, buddy. He is incredibly impatient, considering. Yeah, he just wants to get back to his nap. Now I happen to remember, because I actually figured out the puzzle. Yeah, it's hard to explain. There's going to be a button lock combination puzzle again, but I just stumbled across the right combination with Zak on the first try. What the hell? Oh no. Oh, their oxygen continues to run out. And the other one's going to pop up, and I better hurry and refill it or find a place where I can take it off. Take it all off, baby. Tits on the glass. Woo! I forgot about this. I was very careful before to make sure that, yeah, and there she is in the map room. She's going to have the same problem coming up very shortly. Oh, and you don't want this to pop up while you're in the middle of the maze either. Because I didn't bother to pull up the map. I'm just wandering around hoping I can find my way out and possibly getting everyone killed. Maybe this will be the way. No, not so much. Went around in a circle. Maybe I should have pulled out the map. Oh, this is gonna suck. This isn't really the way that I wanted this LP to go at this point. What does your helmet say? one of them dies, I can't win. So there's not a whole lot of point in saving one and not the other. Okay, so there's nothing over here. I must have had them standing around for like the better part of an hour then while I did stuff with Zak and Annie, just not thinking about it. Oh well, at least the game warns you and doesn't just kill them outright. That would have kind of sucked. This might be the way. Yay! Alright, let's get you girls to safety. And my work computer is making noise. The only place to take them is to the van. If I send them to the other place where they're safe, they'll be safe there, but they won't be able to refill their oxygen, and I'm screwed. So yeah, that's one of the perils of this game, folks, is forgetting about the Martian, or girls on Mars. They're not Martian girls. Girls on Mars. Girls on Mars. Sorry, that was stupid. Yeah. I believe if they close the door... Yes, they're safe to take off their helmets. That's what that noise basically means, is that the pressure is doing its pressure thing. Wait. Take off helmet. Tits on the glass. Woo! Oh, that's just the helmet. It's not the... I told it to turn off helmet, which didn't make sense. Take off helmet. There we go. Now, while they're here, fill them both back up. Get ready for that awful noise. And then we can get back to our regularly scheduled LP. Now that I did a bunch of housekeeping on screen that I didn't really mean to do on screen. Now, while I was starting to explain that I did, when I was off screening and around in the maze, I did realize there's a couple of items that whoever goes into the Sphinx maze is going to need, and it's a bit of a cheat that you didn't get to see me wandering around in that room for the first time, but just to save some time, I'm going to give those items to Gentle Annie, because she's the one who's going to go into the Sphinx cave. Either one of them can solve the puzzles in there. It's just that I realized, oh, Annie's supposed to be the one that you use to figure out the solution instead of just punching buttons until it works. So I'm going to try to show you how to do it correctly. Yellow crayon. Because you need to write. That's why we have torn wallpaper. Annie gets to use this dictal robotary to get her tickets to Miami, I suppose. She's got enough money now that I don't have to worry, like, can't waste a lot of plane trips with her, but I don't have to worry about... I'd have to, like, take 3 trips without paying any attention before I'd be in real danger of her getting stranded. And, oh, here's a little thing. Boba the Vulture asked the question. I completely forgot to showcase this. When you go to Miami, see, the door is closed. The sign says, Miami closed for repairs. Oh, you zany game. For some reason, they decided to put Miami in, but they didn't have anything to do here, so... Well, actually, it's for the Bermuda Triangle thing, but let's go to Cairo. Let's do copy protection. This seemed to cheese off one of my viewers that we went and did copy protection. They didn't think it was a good use of LP time. Well, fine. I imagine you guys are desperately excited by watching me do copy protection. Hey, it's either this or I record, like, record like nothing at a time, and I give you like 3-minute videos where I've edited out stuff that you don't want to see, like copyright protection. So, you make the call. 2A, 6B. To A6B. Yay, that was fun. Now we're done with that. Get on with our lives. Video is almost over. Unfreaking-believable. All because, well, I mean, I'm showcasing you one of the things in this game that can be kind of a problem. Is you've got to remember where the two girls on Mars are. Girls on Mars! And you can't just wander off and do a bunch of stuff on Earth and leave them someplace where they're consuming oxygen from their limited oxygen supply. It's just a factor of the game. Now, let's get Annie into the Sphinx. And out of that sweater. Woo, sorry. The thing about the Sphinx maze, I don't think there's any clue in game that should tell you this. It's just something that once you've worked out, like if you patiently do like you're supposed to in the maze, hold on. Zach can of course not read these, but Annie says, "Those who enter beware, the guardian of the Sphinx sleeps lightly." Yeah. So when you wander around here, there's different doors. There's doors with a boat on top, or a picture of a boat, of course, and a sun. And, well, in this room, that's all there is. There's also, occasionally you'll get pictures of eyes. Those are important. And then you'll get pictures of just people walking. The ones that, if you follow the doors of the picture of the sun, they always lead you to the correct place. The other ones, they don't lead you to instant death or anything. The sun doors will lead you to the correct place. Always. So if you do the entire map and you note those symbols, you'll realize after you've completed the maze, oh, check it out. The sun doors are bringing you to the right place, and everything else is just kind of taking you off into these little, empty, time-wasting areas. But I did also notice he said so. They said something about the Guardian of the Sphinx. Let's go into the. You'd think that's a puzzle we got to solve. No. It's just, this is the only time the game does it that I can remember. It gives you a place in the maze that you don't want to go. See those evil, scary, angry-looking eyes? Yeah. I don't like the sound of this. I'm getting out of here. If you insist on going back in there, you don't really have a light source. It sounds like a vicious sleeping beast. I wouldn't want to wake it. I'm getting out of here. Hold on a second. Now with Zach, I managed to trigger a horrible, violent death. Why won't Annie die? Uh-oh, I think it's waking up. Yeah, now it is waking up. Stay away, help her! And she gets killed. Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do in there, like, Annie was viciously ripped to shreds by the Guardian of the Sphinx. Yikes. And now you can't win the game anymore. But the game doesn't end, you just get to keep going. You use the switch command, and, no. And Annie's gone. Alright, so that's just a way that someone can get killed. Not particularly graphically impressive or anything, but there you go. So let's not go there. Let's continue, like I said, to follow the sun path. The path of Sun Ra. So we can get like Funkadelic, although he didn't used to talk about Funkadelicism. That was George Clinton, but let's go find the mothership and go to the pay window. Now we see a pair of... Oh, never mind. It's in the next room that we see the pair of eyes. And only if we ignore all this crap... Never mind, it's not even in the next room. There's one point where you can't follow a sun door. You just have to sort of go through the door. Now, if we keep going, there's going to be... Jeepers Creepers. Check out them peaceful and happy-looking peepers. We come into this room. Alright. I'm going over, but let's try to make this fast. This is the room I got to with Zak. I figured I'd try to re-input the combination the Shaman Zaire gave me, and I started doing that, and it turns out the first 3 button presses of the 2 combinations are the same, and that's why it unlocked without me even figuring it out. You're supposed to read the hieroglyphs. These things over here, by the way, are purely decorative. It looks like you can do something with them, you can't. Zak can't read them. Not a puzzle exactly, just a frustrating little moment where you're forced to use Annie, because of course Annie can read them. First push the right button. Then push the center button. And finally push the left button. Those Egyptians had some very straightforward hieroglyphics. What I also like is that presumably people in ancient Egypt weren't supposed to be able to just come in and figure out these security things either. But this is like crazy spaceman stuff. This is a map of the Martian pyramid. Ooh. And they tell you exactly what to do. I should draw a map of this. You've tried to use the yellow crayon on the toilet paper. It doesn't work. It doesn't tell you anything witty. It just doesn't work. You've got to use the torn wallpaper to make the map. This is probably one of the more frustrating little puzzles in the game. If you've got the torn wallpaper, of course you're going to try it. It's paper. If you didn't happen to notice that there's a loose piece of wallpaper in Zak's apartment in the very first room of the game, which is very easy to do, especially if you don't have a higher-end video card at the time, you would get to this point and you'd spend all of your time driving yourself nuts trying to figure out where's their paper. Can I get back the book, the Guru book? Can I rip a page out of the Guru book and write on the back of it? Like, no. There's nothing anywhere in the game. Only the torn wallpaper can be used to make a map. It's potentially very frustrating, but as it happens, we did a nice what is sweep of the whole first room and we found it, so we're good. So we're going to use yellow crayon on the torn wallpaper. I drew my dream map and the Mars map. Zak will tell you exactly the same thing and produce exactly the same map. Okay. Don't really know what to make of any of that, except that it's the same as what's in the Mars room. The only other thing in here that's worth looking at is the strange markings. Read them, damn it. Read them, girl! So we've got another thing that we're going to have to draw someplace before the game's over. Whoop-dee. And that's it for this video, folks. Went to all the trouble of getting Annie here just so that we could read the hieroglyphs saying first right, then center, then left. Aren't you glad I did that? When we come back, folks, there's... I don't know, we haven't been to Peru yet. We've got a blue crystal that works, so we should try talking to some animals, I suppose. The one place I know that we need to play with is... I realized that if you push in the combination that the evil Caponian dudes give you on that spaceship, when you're on the spaceship Cadillac, they give you a combination that sends you back to San Francisco. I just remembered it's a different combination the airplane guy uses. So I believe if we use that combination, we actually get teleported out of the ship and just fall. But now we've got a parachute. I'm thinking that's how you're supposed to find Bermuda Triangle. I know we've got to do something in Bermuda Triangle before the game's over because it's on all the maps. So in the next video, maybe we'll play around with Bermuda Triangle. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll find out then. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.